Thank you, Mr. Chair. Welcome to each of the nominees. Congratulations on your nominations. Ambassador Kennedy, thank you for your willingness to be here. Thank you for your service. A few weeks ago, you and I had a very good conversation in my office about the threat that China poses to American national security and, indeed, global peace. Our efforts to counter China have been institutionalized in a number of frameworks, and in recent years in the Quad with Australia, India, Japan, and the United States. I believe that the Quad is a critical and invaluable strategic asset. I know that our regional partners believe so as well. On Saturday, Australia and India signed an interim trade deal to reduce dependence on Chinese supply lines. It was rightly hailed on all sides as a major accomplishment of the Quad framework. I'd like to get your views on that issue and the role you envision the Quad playing and Australia within the Quad.
Thank you, Senator. It's nice to see you again. I agree that the Quad is an ambitious and extremely important diplomatic initiative. I think it's important that it includes initiatives that will benefit the health and prosperity of millions of people in the region across the board, whether it's delivering vaccines and planning for the effects of climate change, as well as securing our supply lines, investing in critical minerals. There are working groups on many, many different areas. So I think that by our four democracies working closely together, we will be able to advance the administration's goal of a free and open, secure, prosperous Indo-Pacific. We also have the AUKUS partnership, which is an incredibly important security initiative, which is being developed as well, and I think that will also help secure the region and for years to come.
Well, I'm heartened to hear that, but candidly, I worry that the views you articulated are not shared across the Biden administration. I've been in particular troubled by reports that the administration is considering imposing CAATSA sanctions on India. As recently as last month, U.S. diplomats have reiterated that the administration is considering imposing those sanctions. I find such talk inexplicable, let alone the possibility of actually following through and sanctioning India. India is the world's largest democracy. They are a key ally. They are in the midst of an historic pivot towards the United States, and the Biden administration seems to be actively working to alienate them and push India towards Russia and China. Ambassador Kennedy, you just said rightly that you consider an important part of your job strengthening the Quad. What effect do you think imposing sanctions on India would have on your efforts to strengthen the Quad, and will they make them more likely or less likely to accomplish your goals?
Senator, I'm hopefully going to be confirmed as ambassador to Australia, and I honestly, I would look forward to learning more about that, but I do not have any information on that today.
So you don't have any views on whether the United States sanctioning India would make it harder for the Quad to work together effectively?
I would want to study up on that and talk to you about it some more, because I'm not familiar with the instances that you referenced.
Well, I will say we have all agreed the Quad was a major strategic step forward, and an alliance between Australia, India, Japan, and the United States is a critical way to press back on China. And if the Biden administration decides instead to treat India as a hostile country subject to sanctions, it would be spectacularly foolish. And it is part and parcel of what has been a consistent pattern of demonstrating weakness and appeasement to our enemies and alienating our friends. I speak with allies of America across the globe who say over and over again they don't understand why the Biden administration treats them so badly, and they wonder sometimes, ironically, would they be treated better if they behaved as enemies to America? And if you are confirmed, I hope that you serve as a voice of reason in this administration and counsel against the Biden administration sanctioning important allies of America, such as India.